G'day everyone and welcome, and today we're going to continue talking about the Holiday Ops 2024 vehicles, and starting off we're going to be here with the Type 63. If you want to know what the other vehicles about are included in the Holiday Ops 2024, you're going to want to check out a couple of my other videos, the Object 752 and the Tiger Mouse videos, which will talk about all of the vehicles and what's included there. But continuing on with the Type 63 here, this is a Tier 8 Japanese heavy tank. And this is actually one of my favorites from the new vehicles that have been announced to us. Now, as of this current moment in time, I do not know exactly how each of these vehicles are actually going to be released. I highly suspect most of them will be available from loot boxes, as Wargaming has been doing over the past several years now. So, what's so special or makes this tank unique? Well, you get Hydro pneumatic suspension with this vehicle for one thing, so similar to what we would have on, say, the STB1 and those kind of vehicles, but you actually have a really accurate and really solid gun with this thing. Now, let's talk about this gun for a second here. Your DPM sucks. Okay, I'm just gonna flat out say it, the DPM sucks. Its only base comes around 1800 DPM with 320 alpha damage, but you get 1.92 seconds aim time base and 0.27 dispersion base. Just 0.27 dispersion, which is phenomenal, especially on a heavy tank like this at tier 8. Like, the only tanks I can really think of that even come close in terms of accuracy, something like this, well, I can't actually even think of anything of a tier 8 heavy tank that's actually this accurate, which is awesome. Now, this thing being super accurate means it doesn't matter the kind of range you're shooting at, you are going to probably hit your shots provided you aim well. Obviously, the issue with this vehicle is we're talking about, like, yes, you have a pretty poor reload time of 10.7 seconds base, which isn't ideal. However, this vehicle does come with some decent mobility on this thing. It does actually go at 40 kilometers an hour forwards, and it does go 15 kilometers an hour backwards with 16.5 horsepower to ton ratio, and that's just base. But as you can see here, like this game, I just, like, using the speed, got up to the hill fairly quickly here on Westfield. Used the fact that I have Hydro pneumatic suspension to enhance what gun depression I have. I can't remember the exact value of them over my head, but it obviously does help with the gun depression there. And I was just able to sit there and just snipe into those opponents below me, obviously, and we just had an absolute farm. Now, this vehicle, it does have some fairly glaring weaknesses, I should say. We've only got 1400 hit points, which is kind of standard at this tier, but the main issue with this vehicle is you've got, like, no armor. And I mean, the armor's not great. So the hull armor is only like 100 millimeters on the front, and yes, it's angled so you can actually bounce some shells. I wouldn't rely on it. Now, the turret is interesting. So you can actually bounce quite a fair few things if people are sitting front onto you with the turret, because it does have all these kind of funky angles on it. But if you show any form of side with this vehicle, yeah, it's not going to be doing too great for you. So even if you're going hull down with this vehicle, I would recommend just getting hull down and just trying to only expose your turret, and that's how you're going to bounce majority of your shells. If someone is firing like super high heat pen, like 330 plus, unfortunately, yeah, you're going to be a little bit screwed in that situation there. But provided you're finding equal and lower tier vehicles, sitting on a ridgeline with this thing is going to be no problem whatsoever. But say you do get up tiered into those higher matchups against tier 10s, for example, you can comfortably play at long range and actually hit your opponents fairly reliably, because yes, you only have 320 alpha damage, but that dispersion, which is absolutely nuts. I'm still going on about it. The dispersion of 0.27, which is insane. You do have 1150 shell velocity base with your AP shell. However, it's only 230 millimeters of penetration. You do get 290 millimeters of penetration with your heat shell, which is the special ammunition, but your shell velocity does dip a little bit to 950. Now, that was a little bit of a good example there of, like, us being able to, like, bounce the front armor there from the Leo, but I will admit, I've put myself into a kind of a bad position in this game. But the reason I'm showing you this game here is to show you probably the biggest frustration I have with this vehicle, and that's actually going to be the lack of gun elevation. Now, as you can see here, there's a Lynx right in this rock. I can hardly aim up at him, if at all, which is really, really quite frustrating, I'll be honest with you. And that's just my single biggest frustration, because there's actually been quite a fair few situations where I've been caught like on a slope or something, and I just cannot aim up at my opponents. Like, the gun elevation on this thing really sucks, so you really have to be careful and play around that. Yes, hydropneumatic suspension does help you in that regard, but I mean, you could see the back of this tank's turret. It is gigantic, and that really is like preventing me in the games I've played from actually being able to aim up at your opponents. There's another situation there, like showing the side of your turret to like any enemy tanks, you're going to get penetrated easily. But provided you maintain like dead on frontwards, you're going to be okay. As you can see on screen there, this December 1st, I'm going to be doing a very, very special stream. 12 PM UTC plus 10, I'm going to be doing a 15,000 gold prize pool giveaway to Asia server. All you have to do is click the challenge link in the description and come join me on Twitch, 12 PM UTC plus 10, to earn a share of 15,000 gold. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. Hopefully you guys found it useful, and if you do manage to pick this tank up, let me know down in the comments below. And if you want to know some more about the Holiday Ops vehicles, you're going to want to click on these videos right here.